folks, it's Alternative. Welcome back to Eternia SMP, the best place on the planet to play Minecraft 1.19. And I know in my previous video I said it's going to be a long time until the next video because I have so much to do off camera before I record, and I was very misleading. I haven't done anything since the last video. And in fact, we are going to have another very laid-back episode today just because I can. And it's a weekend morning, and my dog woke me up at 5 a.m. Everybody is sleeping. So I'm like, you know what? I have time to record, so why don't I? Because I don't know when the next time to record will be. And hopefully my allergy voice isn't too apparent. I've been spending a lot of time outside with the dog, and it's been raining, so the weeds and things are growing, and they sound like crap. But that's okay. Unless this video goes viral, only like 8 of you are going to watch it anyway, so there we go. So super laid back. In fact, it's so laid back, we're going to go to the end together so we can mend everything that broke last time. And we can fix the elytra chestplate thing. I'll show you how to do that. And what else? Then we're just going to do a little bit more work in the south section of the base. And then I probably won't touch it for a while. And then I'll go back to the city. Because I'm not one to like jump around on projects too much. But I do... Hang on a second. Oh my gosh, look at these shaders in the end. Oh, that is so cool. First time I've seen these shaders in the end. That's amazing. Wow. Anywho, I'm not one to jump around on projects. I like to finish a project before I start another one. But because it's been so long that I've not left the city, I'm like, you know what, let's work on the city a little, or let's leave the city for a little bit. Work on something else, and we'll go back to the city. So first of all, we gotta mend everything at Comet's Ender, and turn down the volume. Holy crap, that's loud. And if we put everything in the offhand, it mends more quickly. So we just F it meaning hitting the F key. Why are you on the outside? Not supposed to be on the outside. I've never seen them on the outside, ever. Is that a bug, or have I just never paid attention to the outside? Interesting. Whoops. Wrong dealio. Might as well mend everything else while we're here. Which would be the shovel and a few other things to mend. Offhand. I mean, everything mends as you do this, but it's just faster to put in the offhand. And I know everything mends if you do this because all my other stuff will mend as we go, I've noticed. So let's just keep whacking away here. Yeah, this one takes a while to mend because I've done it so much. Where do I put that there? And then we'll put this over there. No, that's not mendable. Hang on. This is mendable. Man, I used to have this down to a rhythm, but it's been a long time since I've mended my stuff. Which is why my elytra broke. See, everything else mended, even though I hadn't put in my offhand. So things will mend if it's not in your offhand. It just usually is faster if you put in your offhand. So I think that's everything. I have my next books ready for the whatchamacallit when the time comes. Whoop, that wasn't ahead. Everything else, yep, good. Okay, let's head home and we'll continue. Alright, heading back to base, and we'll keep using these shaders for today. Okay, we need to put this back together. So I think what you do is you throw them at an anvil. You don't right click, you don't place, you throw them. And I think my throw key is J. There we go. Wait, what? Where'd my thing go? Oh, it's here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. It did work. See, it says netherite chest plate, mending protection, unbreaking. Okay, cool. We're back in business, everybody. So let's get our supplies ready for what we're gonna do today. And then I'll tell you what we're gonna do today after I get my supplies ready. Alright, stairs, slabs, podzol, coarse dirt, moss carpet, and bone meal. So if you haven't guessed what we're gonna do, I don't blame you, but we're going to take a nap first. That thunder was so loud, I just jumped a couple inches out of my chair. Good grief, that was not expected. Okay, well, that means it's morning, which means we have a full day to work. So we're going to walk over here. Whoa. Hang on. We need a screenshot of that. These shaders have a rainbow? Nice. Whoa, look out, kitty. I'm trying to get a selfie here. Is it a rainbow because it's morning or because it just stormed? If it's because it's just stormed, fine, but that's not where a rainbow would be. And we can talk about that as we run. Yeah, maybe. Well, okay, so here's the deal with rainbows, right? You need to have this. You have to be between the sun and the storm, right? So it needs to be the sun behind you, and then you, and then the storm in front of you. Because the sun goes through the water droplets and creates a rainbow, right? Man, this is beautiful with these shaders. Oh crap, what? I told you creepers get me all the time in these woods. I told you they do. That's why I don't like working in these woods. But where would he have come from? I guess it could have been the storm. You know, the storm comes so quickly. That thing spawned before he can sleep. So, it could have been. I mean, this is close enough to load mobs when I'm at my main base. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking now. God dang it. That's why I've been avoiding this area for a year and a half, because of all the creepers that seem to show up. Nothing else seems to show up, just creepers. Very strange. Anywho, with the rainbow, what was I doing here today? Oh yeah, we're cutting this back. And a few other things. I talked about this in the previous video. So this area, I'm not going to repeat myself because the last video was very over detailed, but this is going to be like a big, rich, fancy house sticking out of the mountain eventually. And I want to cut back this road. Oh, it's not that far down. I want to cut back this road because this road isn't going to be here anymore. So we're just going to clean it up a little bit and we're going to do something else. Anyway, rainbows, I'm sure you all know this, but you have to be between the storm and the light. So what happens is, see, I'm freaking out now about creepers. The reason why I stopped this road here is because I had so many creepers blow up on me. I was too nervous to finish. Anyway, let's just make this look natural again. So the rainbow the sun shines through the rain. And you see the rainbow, right? So when you look at a rainbow, it's because the sun is shining through the water, which is in front of you. So the sun's behind you, and then the water in front of you, and the sun is reflecting off of it. And the way I know that is because I was reading this thing about rainbows, and was saying how the reason why rainbows are more common at night is because storms often happen in the evening, because everything is cooling down and it's the hot air. So in the evening, generally, here in the upper hemisphere, storms go from west to east and the sun is setting in the west. So the sun is in the west, and then it's you, and then it's a storm in the east. Makes sense? So it's between you and you're between the sun and the storm. That's how I remember how rainbows work. Now, of course they can happen in the morning if the sun is in front of you and then there's a storm coming from the west in the morning, but storms are less common in the morning, so that's why it's less likely to see a rainbow in the morning. Of course, what I'm saying is like not 100% definitive 100% of the time, but that's just something I remember from science. Okay, so I'm just previewing what we're doing here. So we already did the road thing, even though I'm a little bit lost. No, I'm not. So I cut back the road because what's going to happen is we're going to build this big old house here, and the road is going to stop like not really like a cul-de-sac. I mean, there are cul-de-sacs in the suburbs, but in like old parts of the city where I live, in fact, I live right next to one, the road, instead of a cul-de-sac, just ends. So there's houses around. So this is going to be a big old fancy opulent house here. And the road is going to end here. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be a hiking path, an official hiking path, to the mountain, or not the mountain, but the original Tall Turtle Base Museum. It's going to be a museum. And then I'm going to make it kind of difficult here on purpose. And then there's going to be move. Then there's going to be a house, like how it's supposed to be built. So that's going to be kind of like a museum as well. So kind of like a museum-y part of my base here. And then we'll make the hiking trail here look nicer later. We're just, you know, planning it out. And then we're going to do the fancy different kinds of dirt and everything and all that stuff. And I'm just looking around for creepers because, like I said, I've been avoiding building this area for a long time now because of all the creepers that sneak up on me for some reason. I don't know why they do. Maybe it's dense enough that the woods provide a low enough light level that they can spawn. Not sure. But anyway, we're just going to dig... Whoop, I want to get rid of that here. So we're just roughing in our hiking path. We're going to have 2 hiking paths, I decided. So originally I was going to build a road and build all this up and everything, but I've decided, at least for now, it's just going to be like a hiking, woodsy area. Not a whole lot going on in terms of building things, but a lot going on in terms of nature and seeing the original Tall Turtle base and the museum and that type of thing. Ooh, scary stuff. Maybe not. And yeah, that's what's going to be here. So I'm just trying to figure out the best ways to navigate this. I hear you, cow, and you're scaring me. I just wanted to bring you along, just because I could. And it's kind of interesting, sort of. Maybe not. Maybe I think it's interesting. Maybe nobody else thinks it's interesting. We're just cutting through here, going around the water. We're leaving all nature intact except for some light terraforming, obviously. And then we'll come back on the path and get some coarse dirt down. And where's this place? This should be right up here, right? Yeah, okay, it's a little bit farther than I thought, but so far so good. Okay. And we'll get some coarse dirt down in some places maybe. And then some stairs and slabs so we never need to jump. And, whoops. And I don't want to make it too easy to navigate. That's why we're doing it like this. And then another time, well, maybe in this video too if I have time, we're gonna build the museum and build the house, which is actually going to be a museum, right? And then that'll be this base area for the foreseeable future until I build everything else I want to build here. Of course, I'm not talking about back there with the mountain. That's going to be a whole lot of stuff. That's going to be a park and touristy areas and farms and old houses, and that's going to be built up pretty significantly. Today I'm just talking about my very original base area leading back to this museum. That's what we're talking about today. So hopefully that's not too confusing, but yeah, because I'm kind of talking about 2 things at once here. Talking about this area, then talking about back there. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate while I work, because it's difficult sometimes. There we go, let's just fill this in. Actually, we're going to fill it in with slabs here. Whoops. Actually, I need that anyway because of that. Cool, okay. No, these are going to be stairs now. So that should have been like that. And there we go. And then this is going to be the museum. I don't know what I'm going to do in here yet. But it's going to be a museum. Because that's what I wanted to do. Let's fill all this in with these guys. Like that. And there we go. Okay, so now we need to come back with stairs and slabs. So we don't need to do any jumping. Even though it's supposed to be a hike, so you'd think I would make people jump. Right? Because it's a hike, it's not a... it's not supposed to be easy, but whatever. Then this stuff goes like that. There we go. Running back. Anytime you don't need stairs, I'm not going to use stairs. I only use stairs in my builds like this when I need to. Now this gets tricky because of that. So we can just go like this, right? Actually, that doesn't work like that. Let's go like this. There we go. Cool. Okay. And keeping an eye out for creepers and things, because you saw what happened way back there. But that, again, that was probably because of the thunderstorm things that spawned right away. But anyway, here we go. Super casual today. Oh, we also have to build that one coming out this way. La-di-da, this needs to be like that. And there we go. See, just a cool little hiking trail. Nondescript. Is that going to work? No, it is not. This will work though, right? Yeah, that'll work. Won't it? It's a little tricky, but we can't make it too easy. It's supposed to be a hiking trail, not a casual walking path. There's a difference between a hiking trail and a walking path. Okay, that could have been a slab, but whatever. This is kind of scary here. That's on purpose. It's not really scary, but you get the idea. And we'll just throw our garbage away here. And we'll save the birch. And then stairs and stairs. La-di-da. Whoops, don't fall off. Let's use a slab. Slab. La-da-da-da-da. And then stairs, stairs, stairs. 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 I know that could have been a slab. Oh, we got trees in the way. And there we go. And what's jumping? Okay, there we go. Boom. Ta-da. So there'll be some official, like, fence and entrance and all this stuff here. It's not going to be just like an opulent house and then a path that the kids created to be naughty. Like when I was a kid, we had paths everywhere that weren't supposed to be. But you get the idea, right? So this will be more official later when I build this up. So this is what I call Phase 2A, which is going to have the trains, the big train station, the terminus of the rail line, a park up there, park down here, touristy stuff, hiking trails, touristy stuff there, and then the old original farm houses here, and then the vacation homes over there when they tore down the farmhouses. Then this road that originally was going to go forever, but then whoever's in charge of the project ran out of money and got fired. So there's going to be an opulence house here, and it's going to stop, and then there's going to be this hiking path to the museum of the original Tall Turtle base from, and I have the date, and I don't remember. I will put the date of when I landed and put my first base on the screen in 3, 2, 1, there. That's when I had my very first base. And then we moved. So we're going to keep it as a museum. Of course, there'll be signs in the museum part and everything, but for today, we're just building the path to the museum, and then we'll build a path today to where the house is going to be. That was never built. In fact, if I remember, I can probably call it the house that was never built. I'll totally forget to do that, but that's something I could say. The house that was never built. In fact, I can put that in my notes, right? Because I have all kinds of notes of what I'm going to do in the server. So that's a note to self as I edit. The house that was never built. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute here. All right, we got to get through this and finish this. And watch out for mobs. I mean, I love this forest. It's so beautiful. But the reason why I didn't build here is because I was being attacked by mobs. And I was scared. So I'm like, I'm not going to play if I'm scared. So I got up and left. That was weird. But here we are. We're back. And depending how long the server stays around, if all my plans from my previous video come to fruition and the server's still around, then I'll do more. So this will be the museum. Here's the path going to it. Now we do have to build a path from the other direction to go around that hill before we do the path to the other side. And yes, this is one of the simplest things I've ever done, but there's nothing wrong with simple, right? We just have this path. Like I said, we will eventually, this needs to be made a little better, I think, so you can miss it and still go up it. There you go. See, that's kind of tricky, but whatever. It's a difficult hiking path. It's fine. That being said, what was I saying? Oh, this is simple, but up here in the beginning will be, there'll be some signs and it'll be official, right? So, okay, so this is where it starts, right? Or does it split here? Okay, it starts here, and it needs to split. Where was I going to split it? I was going to split the path where there's that pond, so you don't have to go. Okay, yeah. So here's the pond. We don't have to go around the pond. I was going to let us go this way too. Is that a good idea, or should I not? See, I was going to have us. Yeah, let's go this way too. So you don't have to take the pond. You can, but it's not required. So let's go up here. Oops, I'll fix that later. And then we'll have this thing. And we'll just kind of go around like this because we can. There we go, and then we'll come back down. And I don't know where I think I chopped this off to the left, maybe. No, it's here. I'm gonna get rid of this though. We can go like this. There we go. We can go that way. So you don't have to go. Whoops. You don't have to go that way. Am I getting enough stairs? Whoops. To finish this? Whoopsies. No. Let's go like this and save a stair. No, that's not gonna work. We have to use that. Okay, fine. Finey. There we go. That could have been a slab, I guess. I'll make it a slab if I need it. Yeah, we do. Shoot, we need a lot more stairs, actually. We need 1, 2. Hang on, what do we need? 1, 2. Whoops, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. And then we need something here. Like that. Cool. Alrighty, so we have that weird thing over there. That's hard to get around, but whatever. Or maybe it's over here. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So let's put in our coarse dirt since we don't have any pods left, which is fine. And then we'll see what's next here. Oh my gosh, this video has been half an hour. What? Half an hour? It took me half an hour to do this? And I just rambled the whole time? What? That doesn't make any sense. I feel like it's been 15 minutes. No, I feel like it's been 6 minutes. 6 minutes and 14 seconds. That's what it feels like. But it's been a half an hour video already. What the heck? Well, we got one more path to put in, so I guess this is just going to be a path video. Okay, so this is the plan. So, okay, I'm repeating myself, but we have the area phase 2A. Remember, I got 7 phases of my base I'm building. Phase 1 is that stuff, right? And then phase 4 was the city, which we are doing them out of order. Phase 2A was the area with the mountain park touristy thing. Phase 2B is the original area. So we've got our paths now. Like I said, we'll do signage and stuff, but that'll be part of the other phase when I build the house. So we got 2 ways to get to the museum, and we'll build a museum in a future video, or I'll do it off camera, whatever. But now we have to get to where's going to be the original house, the house that was never built. So I'm keeping an eye on the time here. Okay, it's on the game time. So we're going to come up here. And where was that house? I gotta find where it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be here. No, this wasn't it, was it? No. So over here on the other side of the mountain. We're gonna light this up. 'Cause I don't want things to get me when I'm working. Yeah, here we go. Was this it? Yeah, okay, so this is where the house that was never built is gonna be. Because the views are amazing. Like through here, and you see, you can't see. You see a little bit of mountain, but you can't see the edge of the world. And I love building where you can't see the edge of the world. I talk about that all the time. And that's how I choose. The only time that's fine is if you're building on the ocean, because in real life the ocean goes into the horizon. But here you can't see the edge of the world anywhere. So we're going to build the house here, maybe in this corner. And then the view will be amazing. We'll probably take all down the trees at first, put them back up, just be on the view. But this view is so beautiful here. So this is going to be the house that was never built. So now we have to make a path to it. So I can go from the museum and pay extra money to get a ticket to the house that was never built. So how do we want a path through here? Okay, here we go. We're going to go from right here. So we're going to make it look obvious, or maybe not. Because, you know, sometimes when you are at a park or something, like a state park or at even a touristy thing, oftentimes you will be looking for one of the main attractions, and it's not actually that easy to find. My wife and I used to go places like that all the time, where there's like a big famous thing to look at, and then you're like, where do you go? And then you end up seeing other people hiking back, and like, yeah, we're looking for blah blah blah. They're like, yeah, take this nondescript trail without signs, and you get to the famous thing, and then you get to the famous thing, and there's hundreds or thousands of people looking at the famous thing, and you're like, how did all these people figure it out? We couldn't. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to stop here. Well, hang on, let's go a little bit more. Because like I said, I'm going to build this out. So this is the area here. So this is going to be where the house that was never built will be placed in a future video, either soon if I feel like it, or in a very, very long time. The only two things I have left now, for now, in base phase 2B are the museum and the house that was never built. And then phase 2A will be the touristy park stuff. And I think that's the only way we're going to get here. Don't think I'm going to have a path going from there, because I want people to have to go to the museum, buy tickets, and then they can come back. So there you go. So that, my friends, all of a sudden, super weird, all of a sudden, that's the end of this video. Just because, what was that sound? I think my dog's running around. Okay, I gotta take care of my dog. He needs some attention. So anyway, it's so weird saying I have a dog. I love it, but it's so weird. Anyway, yeah, so that's what it's gonna be. We're just did some paths, and I explained the area 15 times. So let's just take a weird selfie, and that's it. That's it. One of my top 3 strange videos. I'll see you next time.